Most people over 60 have no idea that the very first bite they take in the morning can either protect their legs or quietly tear them down. They wake up, sip some coffee, maybe grab a piece of toast, or sometimes skip breakfast altogether. It feels harmless. But what if I told you that this innocent routine is one of the biggest reasons millions of older Americans lose the ability to walk confidently, keep their balance, or even rise from a chair without help? After 60, your legs are more vulnerable than ever. You may not notice it right away, but every morning that begins without the right nutrients puts your muscles in danger. Danger of shrinking, danger of weakening, danger of losing the very strength that keeps you independent. But first, please like the video. The more people like it, the more YouTube will distribute it to people who don't have access to doctors or hospitals. Also, please share the video with your friends and family. Many lives can be saved with your help, so share it. Here's the part no one really tells you. That slow decline in your legs, it can be slowed down, even reversed, and not with medications, not with grueling gym workouts or expensive supplements, but with something far simpler: what you put on your plate within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. That very first bite, if chosen wisely, can jumpstart muscle repair, improve blood flow down to your legs, reduce painful cramps at night, and delay muscle aging by as much as 10 years. In today's video, I'm going to share 5 specific breakfast foods, most of which are already in your kitchen, that are scientifically proven to support muscle strength, nerve health, and mobility in adults over 60. I'll break down how each food works, the best time to eat it, and what to pair it with for maximum impact. I'll also warn you about common breakfast mistakes, foods people eat with good intentions, but that actually sabotage their muscle health in sneaky, serious ways. Before we get started, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Dr. Masha. I've spent more than 40 years working in geriatric medicine, helping thousands of patients facing age-related muscle loss, balance issues, and mobility decline. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: most seniors don't lose their strength because of age itself. They lose it because of routine, because of repetition, because every morning, without realizing it, they make the same small mistake that weakens their legs day after day. But I've also seen the other side. What happens when you change that routine? I've watched patients who could barely walk across a room regain their stride. I've seen folks in their 70s and 80s end their leg cramps, toss their canes aside, and return to morning walks, all through a few simple dietary changes. And every single transformation started with how they began their day. So if your legs feel stiff when you wake up, if your knees ache, your balance feels shaky, or your steps feel heavier than before, don't shrug it off as just age. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your body has been missing each morning and how to start giving it back. Now let's talk about what happens inside your body during those first waking hours and why it matters far more than most people realize. When you wake up, your body is in a fasted state. You've gone 7 to 9 hours without food. During that time, your system starts breaking down its own resources just to keep things running. And here's the hard truth. For older adults, one of the first places the body pulls energy from is muscle, especially the muscles in your legs. This state, called catabolism, is dangerous if left unchecked. According to the National Institute on Aging, adults over 60 can lose up to 33% of their leg muscle mass in just 10 years. And the signs creep in slowly. Shorter steps, needing more effort just to get out of a chair, balance that feels less steady, legs that feel heavy, or hesitation before walking across a room. These aren't random quirks. These are signals of muscle and coordination decline. And here's where most people unknowingly make it worse. They skip breakfast, they down black coffee on an empty stomach, or they reach for white bread or sugary cereal. These don't feed your muscles, they rob them. They spike and crash your blood sugar, fuel inflammation, and accelerate the very muscle loss we want to prevent. So what's the alternative? What should you be eating in that crucial first hour of your day? Let's begin with one of the most powerful foods for protecting muscle: whole eggs. Whole eggs are packed with nutrients that your body craves to rebuild and protect muscle. The star here is leucine, a branched-chain amino acid that flips the switch for muscle protein synthesis. Leucine tells your body, it's time to repair and grow. And older adults need more of it than younger people to get the same benefit. A study from the University of Illinois showed that seniors who ate 2 whole eggs every morning for 8 weeks gained measurable improvements in leg strength and walking speed. That's not theory. That's real, clinical proof. And it's not just the protein. The yolk carries vitamin D, vitamin B12, and choline, all critical for nerve health, balance, and coordination. And then there's iron. Eggs are one of the best sources of heme iron, which your body absorbs easily, and it's essential for healthy circulation. Poor circulation is one reason so many seniors suffer numbness, tingling, and cramping in their legs. By starting your day with 1 or 2 eggs, you're not just fueling your muscles, you're boosting blood and oxygen flow to your lower body. It's simple, affordable, and it works. Just be sure to eat the whole egg, the yolk included, and cook them boiled, poached, or gently scrambled. Avoid frying or pairing them with processed meats that add harmful sodium and saturated fats. Now let's move on to the next food: oatmeal, especially when you add chia seeds. Oatmeal might not look like a muscle powerhouse, but don't underestimate it. It contains beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that keeps your blood sugar steady. And why does that matter? Because stable blood sugar makes your body far more efficient at using protein, vitamins, and minerals for repair. When blood sugar spikes and crashes, your body fumbles at repairing tissue, including muscle. Now add chia seeds into that bowl, and the benefits multiply. Chia is rich in omega-3s, calcium, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that keep your muscles contracting smoothly, prevent cramps, and strengthen nerve signaling. Magnesium especially is a common deficiency in older adults and is tied directly to those frustrating nighttime spasms and early morning stiffness. Chia seeds also soak up liquid, turning into a gel-like texture that supports hydration and digestion, both key for nutrient absorption. You don't need a lot, just a tablespoon stirred into your oatmeal after it's cooked. Some folks like topping it with banana slices or blueberries, which adds antioxidants and potassium. If you're diabetic or managing blood sugar, berries are the safer pick. They're lower in sugar, but still packed with anti-inflammatory benefits. Now let's continue with the next 3 morning foods that can dramatically support your lower body strength, balance, and independence, especially if you're over 60 and starting to feel the early whispers of leg weakness. Let's begin with a fruit that nearly everyone has in their kitchen: the banana. Bananas are often misunderstood in senior nutrition. Some people worry they're too sugary. Others assume they're just filler. But here's the truth. Eaten at the right time and in the right way, a banana can be one of your best tools for leg health, especially when it comes to avoiding cramps and maintaining steady muscle function. The reason comes down to potassium. 1 medium banana packs about 400 milligrams, around 10% of your daily needs. And potassium is absolutely critical for proper muscle contractions. Without it, your leg muscles are far more likely to misfire, cramp, or twitch, especially at night or while you're resting. Potassium also regulates fluid balance and keeps nerves firing smoothly, which is key for stability and preventing falls. Now, a word of caution: bananas aren't perfect for everyone. If you're managing type 2 diabetes, chronic kidney disease, or you're sensitive to blood sugar spikes, you need to be careful. In those cases, a smaller banana, or one that's slightly underripe, is a smarter choice. It contains more resistant starch and less sugar, which makes it gentler on your system. And here's a tip: don't eat a banana alone if blood sugar swings are a concern. Pair it with protein or fat. Add slices into oatmeal, or enjoy it with plain Greek yogurt to slow down absorption and keep your energy steady. When combined properly, a banana becomes a natural electrolyte booster, fueling your legs from the moment you stand up. And speaking of Greek yogurt, let's talk about this powerhouse. If you've been skipping it, you're missing one of the richest natural sources of slow-digesting protein, a game changer for older adults whose muscle repair naturally slows down with age. Greek yogurt is different from regular yogurt because it's strained. That makes it thicker, creamier, and nearly double the protein. A single 170-gram serving of plain Greek yogurt can give you up to 17 grams of high-quality protein, loaded with casein and leucine. Casein digests slowly, giving your body a steady drip of amino acids throughout the morning, perfect for halting overnight muscle breakdown. And leucine, as I mentioned earlier, is the amino acid that signals your muscles to repair and grow. But the magic doesn't stop at protein. Greek yogurt is rich in calcium and vitamin D, strengthening bones and enhancing neuromuscular coordination. That combination is crucial for balance and walking stability, especially when the risk of falls grows higher with age. Then there are the probiotics. While most people think of probiotics for digestion, they also boost nutrient absorption and reduce inflammation, two things that directly help your leg muscles and nerves. Of course, not everyone handles dairy well. If you're lactose intolerant, look for lactose-free Greek yogurt or try versions made from goat or sheep milk. They're often easier to digest. Just skip the sugary flavored ones. Added sugar interferes with protein metabolism, raises inflammation, and worsens stiffness. The best time? Within an hour of waking. Mix in a spoon of chia seeds for extra magnesium and fiber, or top with berries, and a sprinkle of cinnamon to steady blood sugar. It's simple, filling, and remarkably effective at preserving muscle. Now let's shift to a food most people never imagine for breakfast, but one that's incredibly effective. Steamed sweet potatoes with just a touch of natural mineral salt, like Celtic or Himalayan salt. Sweet potatoes may not look like a breakfast food, but their complex carbs restore glycogen, the energy your leg muscles need after fasting all night. Unlike simple carbs, they release energy slowly, keeping you from feeling heavy, crampy, or drained in the morning. But here's where the magic happens, that natural mineral salt. Unlike processed table salt, Celtic or Himalayan salt contains over 80 trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, and calcium, all essentials for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. Together, sweet potato and mineral salt reduce stiffness, regulate hydration in your cells, and support balanced electrolytes. Eaten warm, a steamed sweet potato with a light sprinkle of mineral salt can jumpstart circulation, stabilize blood sugar, and prime your legs for movement. It works especially well as a pre-breakfast, something small you eat about 10 minutes after your morning water. And this isn't just theory. A 2022 study from the French Institute of Mineral Nutrition showed that adults over 60 who ate breakfasts rich in fiber, potassium, and magnesium had 41% better balance scores and 50% fewer falls over just 3 months. That's a life-changing difference, and it can start with something as humble as half a sweet potato. Just remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Start small, add one food, stick with it, then add another. Your legs don't need some dramatic intervention. They just need a steady supply of the right nutrients at the right time. But what you eat is only part of the story. To fully protect your legs and to actually help them repair and grow stronger, we also need to talk about what you do each morning. These next 5 habits are simple, quick, and completely free. And when combined with the right breakfast, they create the perfect environment for muscle growth, nerve repair, and long-term mobility. I teach these same habits to my patients, and I've seen the difference firsthand, not over months, but often in just weeks. The first habit is one I believe every senior should make routine: drinking warm water with a pinch of natural mineral salt the moment you wake up. Most people don't realize it, but after a full night's sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated and your electrolytes are off balance. That's one big reason your legs might feel heavy, tight, or unsteady first thing in the morning. By sipping about 250 milliliters of warm water with just 1/5 teaspoon of Celtic or Himalayan salt, You replenish sodium, potassium, magnesium, and other trace minerals your body lost overnight. This simple step rehydrates muscle tissue, restores nerve signaling, and improves circulation to your legs. Think of it as priming the pump before your day begins. It's quick, effective, and takes less than 5 minutes. And if you suffer from morning cramps or foot spasms, this one change alone can bring real relief within a week. Once you're rehydrated, move on to the second habit, a 3-minute standing leg activation routine. No gym, no weights, not even special clothes. Just you, a wall, or a chair for balance. Here's what you do. Stand tall, slowly raise one leg 2 to 4 inches off the floor, hold it for 10 seconds, then switch sides. Repeat 5 times per leg. This wakes up your hips, thighs, calves, and core, all critical for balance and stability. It also activates proprioceptors, tiny sensors in your joints and muscles that tell your brain where your body is in space. For older adults who feel wobbly in the morning or are recovering from a sedentary lifestyle, these small movements make a big difference. Done consistently, they prevent those stiff, unstable first steps that often lead to trips or falls. The third habit may sound simple, but it's life-saving. Avoid rushing out of bed too quickly. I can't tell you how many seniors I've seen fall in the first 30 seconds of their day. When you suddenly shift from lying flat to standing, your blood pressure drops before your heart and brain catch up. That can cause dizziness, imbalance, or even fainting. Instead, take 3 deep breaths, sit up slowly, rotate your wrists and ankles for 30 seconds. This gets circulation flowing to your arms and legs. Then, when you stand, pause briefly before walking. It may feel like a small thing, but for people over 60, especially those on blood pressure meds, it can mean the difference between a safe start and a dangerous fall. Next is the fourth habit, getting 5 to 10 minutes of early sunlight on your skin. Step outside or sit by a sunny window. Why? Vitamin D. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing it, even as our bones grow more fragile and our muscles tire more easily. Vitamin D is crucial for calcium absorption, bone density, and muscle coordination, especially in the knees, hips, and ankles. A little morning sunlight is one of the simplest, most natural ways to support those systems. Finally, the fifth habit. Don't let yourself stay hungry too long after waking. The longer you remain in a fasted state, the more your body cannibalizes its own muscle for fuel. This is especially dangerous for older adults, who already face slower muscle regeneration. Even if you're not ready for a full breakfast, start with something small, half a boiled egg, a spoonful of Greek yogurt, or a few bites of steamed sweet potato with a sprinkle of mineral salt. These micro meals flip the switch from muscle breakdown to muscle repair. Over time, this simple shift fuels energy, reduces frailty, and keeps your legs strong instead of slowly deteriorating. Now, I know some of this may sound almost too simple. You might be thinking, can a glass of water, a few slow movements, and a small bite of breakfast really change how my legs feel? Let me be clear, I've treated patients who were ready to give up, people who thought their weakness was permanent, people already relying on walkers, avoiding stairs, or too afraid to leave their homes without help. And with these exact strategies, the right foods, the right timing, and 5 intentional morning habits, they began to rebuild. Not overnight, not without patience, but step by step, they grew stronger. And before we close, let me share something I tell every new patient. Every morning you have a choice. You can feed and strengthen the muscles that carry you, or you can ignore them and let them shrink away quietly. One path leads to strength, confidence, and independence. The other leads to stiffness, weakness, and eventually dependence. And the difference isn't luck or genetics, it's action. So if this message spoke to you, I invite you to leave a comment below. Tell me what you've been eating for breakfast, or what changes you plan to make after watching this. Your story could be the one that inspires someone else to finally take their first step. And don't forget to subscribe. In my next video, I'll reveal the 3 most common breakfast mistakes older adults make. Foods they think are healthy, but that actually drain muscle strength, worsen balance, and fuel cramps and fatigue. If you've been doing all the right things but still feel weak, you may be unknowingly sabotaging your recovery. Until then, I'm Dr. Masha. Stay strong, stay steady, and most importantly, start your day with intention.